In our previous videos, we looked at what's Ebola, the causes of Ebola, the signs and symptoms of Ebola, how it spreads, like getting in contact with a person infected with Ebola, like having sexual intercourse with an infected person, touching the wild animals that are infected. So let's see how we can prevent. So, as we know, most of the viral infections, most of them, they don't have a proper treatment. So, there are high chances of the person getting who has been infected with Ebola to die. So, the chances are almost above 80% because most of the viral infections, they don't have a proper treatment, but we can treat the signs and symptoms. That's why we say that when you see any of the signs and symptoms that we talked about, the fevers, the sore throat, the headache, please run to the health facility because when you go early, the solution can be done, the investigations can be done early, and then they treat those signs before the complications come. So let us protect ourselves, let us begin on our health, let us try to observe the SpO2 for proper prevention because the rate it spreads it's very high. The dying rate or the death rate is very high. So let us run to the hospital to seek the medical attention before the symptoms and the signs gets us worse and then complicates our lives. From the spread, we can also prevent this virus or this disease. So, one, we should always avoid undercooked meat or the bush meat because we know very well that this Ebola virus is found in animals, more so like the monkeys. So we should avoid the bush meat when we want to prevent this Ebola. We should always be keen when we are cooking also we should cook it thoroughly such that it can get boiled and then you don't get the Ebola virus. Then we should always report to the health facility if you see the signs that we looked at, the signs and symptoms like the fevers, like the headache, like the bleeding, let us always run to the health facility such that they can test us, they can do the lab investigations, and then we test and we find out it early. Because when we get to know it early, it can be treated and then it can be cured. So whenever you see any of the signs of Ebola, you run to the facility, consult your doctor, consult your health workers about how you are feeling. Then we should always do the SOPs, the standard operating procedures, like majorly hand washing. Hand washing is always a key because it maintains hygiene. So whenever you're going to do anything, make sure that you do the hand washing. After touching any patient, make sure that you do the hand washing. After touching any surface, make sure that you wash your hands thoroughly because when you wash the hands, we are going to reduce on this virus in case you encountered it and then you didn't know, then you washed your hands, you are removing these viruses from your hands. So we should always do the hand washing as a routine. Then for the health workers, make sure that your protective gears are always on, the gloves, the masks, the goggles, so the aprons, make sure that you put on your protective gears. Whenever you're working on a patient, make sure that the protective gears are there. Whenever you are working on an infected person, make sure that the protective gears are worn. Subscribe on my YouTube channel, like it at Midwife Winfred. All the videos are there, all the messages are there. Subscribe me, like me on my YouTube channel. On TikTok, I'm also there, Winfred. So subscribe, like me. More are yet to come and more are there.